the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Army Chief visits wounded 3rd Scout Ranger Battalion troops. 7 local terrorist group members surrender in North Cotabato. DA aims for food security emergency approval this week. PBBMI's monthly job fairs across the country.
Day to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Thursday, January 30, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our news, Philippine Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Roy Galido personally visited wounded personnel of the 3rd Scout Ranger Battalion at Camp Evangelista Station Hospital in Cagayan de Oro City. The visit aimed to express deep gratitude and provide encouragement to the soldiers who sustained injuries during a combat operation last January 26, 2025. Lieutenant General Galido commended their bravery and assured them of the Army's continued support for their recovery. The 3rd Scout Ranger Battalion, known as Outstanding Service, has consistently demonstrated courage and dedication in safeguarding national security.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
7 members of a local terrorist group surrendered to government forces in Midsayap, North Cotabato. In a formal ceremony, they turned over firearms, including M14 rifles, grenade launchers, and a Barret sniper rifle to Colonel Ricky Bunayog, the acting commander of the 602nd Infantry Brigade, alongside the local officials and police. Authorities, including Midsayap Mayor Rolando Sacdalan and BARM officials, assured them of financial and material support for reintegration. Brigadier General Donald Gumiran of the 6th Infantry Division commended their decision, calling it a step toward peace and community progress.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Bea about PBBM, DND confident in strong Philippine-US ties under Trump's new term.
Yes, Rofh, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed confidence in continuing the strong Philippine-U.S. alliance for regional security and prosperity following United States President Donald Trump's re-election. The Department of National Defense echoed this optimism, expecting sustained military cooperation. Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. emphasized the alliance's importance and highlighted growing multilateral ties with Japan and Australia. Philippine Ambassador to the U.S. Jose Manuel Romualdez also reassured that U.S. military and economic assistance would persist despite a temporary review. This Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Local officials and candidates from 6 towns in Maguindanao del Sur surrendered 21 firearms to the 601st Infantry Brigade during a political candidates forum in Barangay Cabengi, Datu, Saudi Ampatuan. Colonel Edgar Cato, the 601st Infantry Brigade commander, said the move demonstrates their commitment to peaceful 2025 elections and adherence to the Small Arms and Light Weapons Management Program. Brigadier General Donald Gumiran of JDF Central and 6th ID commended the military, police, and election officers for ensuring a safe and orderly electoral process.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 53rd Infantry Battalion, led by Lieutenant Colonel Rolando Vargas Jr., held the CAA Assistance Program, benefiting 128 citizen armed force geographical unit active auxiliary members. Key leaders including Governor Victor Yu and Representative Divina Grace Yu of Zamboanga del Sur attended the event, highlighting the collaboration between the military and local government to support the CAAS. Lieutenant Colonel Vargas and Governor Yu both expressed gratitude for the CAA's dedication in maintaining peace and emphasized the continued support to ensure their welfare and the region's stability.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, AFP Chief reaffirms 9th ID's role in national defense. Go ahead, Spencer Ross.
Rofh, the Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr., visited the 9th Infantry Spear Division yesterday to highlight its crucial role in the comprehensive archipelagic defense plan. He also emphasized the integration of internal security and territorial defense to address evolving threats, expressing confidence in the troops' ability to end communist armed conflict and shift focus to territorial defense. Furthermore, Rofh, General Browder also stressed the division's role in securing the 2025 elections. He also affirmed the AFP's commitment to national security and stability. This is Spencer reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 18th Infantry Division has recognized the 42nd Infantry Battalion for their outstanding efforts in suppressing the New People's Army in Samar. After 2 years of operations, the battalion received a Meritorious Merit Medal and Command Plaque for their significant contributions to the anti-insurgency drive. Major General Adonis Ariel Orayo commended the unit for their tireless community support operations and their role in dismantling the Elcon platoon of the NPA in Samar. The 42nd Infantry Battalion has also been involved in multiple high-profile operations, including their key role in the liberation of Marawi City during the battle against the ISIS Maute group.
DWDD National News.
And now for our national news, Department of Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. is aiming to secure approval for the declaration of a national food security emergency from the National Price Coordinating Council this week. The move would allow the DA to distribute rice buffer stocks of the National Food Authority NFA in an attempt to stabilize rice prices across the country. NFA Administrator Larry Lacson said the agency intends to release 150,000 metric tons or 3,050,000 kilogram bags of rice over 6 months. Lacson added that this monthly release will alleviate high rice prices and prepare NFA warehouses for the upcoming harvest season.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Joanne about 7 LCAC projects benefit remote communities in Abra.
7 infrastructure projects of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict or NTF-LCAC are now benefiting the local communities of Abra. These projects funded under Support to Barangay Development Program or SBDP include the concreting of 3 access road with length of 200 meters and worth 4 million each, namely Buneg Access Road, Ginginabang Local Access Road, and Buyatan Access Road. Construction of 1-story school building at Barangay Lanag amounting to 4 million pesos, upgrading of Lanag Level 3 water system amounting to 2.6 million, provision of solar electrification at Barangay Bakag with 4.4 million pesos, and construction of classroom school at Barangay Poblacion which is 2.5 million. The PTF LCAC Abra, led by the Department of the Interior and Local Government, the Abra Police Provincial Office, Armed Forces of the Philippines, and Philippine Information Agency, led the inauguration and turnover ceremony of the projects. Lacub Mayor Nestor Bersamina acknowledged the sustainable benefits of the NTF LCAP programs towards lasting peace and local development. This is John Sagao reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD National News.
Rainfall in Zamboanga is likely to continue until April. Pag-asa weather specialist engineer Jason Albay attributed the rainfall during the first quarter of the year to the La Nina phenomenon. Albay also explained that as of this time, there are easterlies and La Nina-like conditions. He then warned people about a higher volume of rainfall that could result in flooding in low-lying areas of the city.
DWDD National News.
Lano del Sur 1st District Representative Zia Alonto Adyong is hopeful that senators will respond to calls to pass the bill resetting the first regular parliamentary elections in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. This comes after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. certified as urgent the bill which seeks to defer the polls from May 12 to October 2025. Adyong said the certification emphasizes the national government's commitment in ensuring that the Bangsamoro electoral process is not only democratic but also conducted under conditions that promote stability, inclusivity, and genuine representation. Adyong is one of the principal authors of the BARM polls postponement measure in the lower chamber.
Armed Forces Radio.
And from Solcom, let us hear from Sena about Second ID gives recognition to Second ID Combo and 14th IMB Marching Band in Tanay Rizal.
Two music groups were recognized for their exceptional contributions during the 2nd Infantry Jungle Fighter Division's flag raising ceremony. The 2ID Commander Major General Cirilo Balaoro Jr. conferred a certificate of recognition to the 2ID Combo for their outstanding performance in the Training and Doctrine Command's Battle of the Bands Rakrakan, Istilong Hukbong Katihan at Camp O'Donnell in Capas, Tarlac last December 5, 2024. The event saw the 2ID Combo clinch second place. Additionally, the 14th Installation Management Battalion Marching Band received a certificate of recognition for their commendable musical performance during the division's visit to Rehoboth Sampaloc Ministries. Their performance added vibrancy and joy to the children as part of 2ID celebration of the Yuletide season. Major General Balaoro commended the awardees for their dedication and talent, emphasizing how their efforts contribute to the division's culture of excellence. This is Sena from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sena from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the House of Representatives approved on third and final reading the proposed Education Pathways Act. 200 lawmakers voting for its passage, 3 voted in the negative while none abstained. The bill mandates that upon completing junior high school, students will choose between 2 education pathways, the University Preparatory Program under the Department of Education or the Technical Vocational Program under the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. The bill added that upon completion of the full Technical Vocational Program, the learner may enroll in colleges or universities and avail of the ladderized education program for educational advancement.
DWDD National News.
The House of Representatives approved on second reading a bill which seeks to make nuisance candidacy an election offense. House Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms Chairperson and Mountain Province Representative Maximo Dalog Jr. said the proponents wanted to make nuisance candidacy an election offense as a deterrent. Under the bill, anyone found guilty of the prohibited acts under Section 261 of the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines shall pay a fine of 500,000 pesos to the Commission on Elections. The said section lists prohibited acts which are also grounds to cancel a certificate of candidacy under Batas Pambansa 881 Section 69 on nuisance candidates.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Palawan, more updates from June about Westcom welcomes U.S. PACAF in a courtesy visit.
A battalion-sized honor was extended to General Kevin B. Schneider, Commander of the U.S. Pacific Air Forces, during his visit to the Western Command on January 29, 2025, in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. The special ceremony highlighted the strengthened cooperation and partnership between the Philippines and the United States in the field of defense. Vice Admiral Alfonso F. Torres Jr., Philippine Navy, Commander of Westcom, led the welcome for General Schneider, which was attended by high-ranking officials from the AFP and U.S. military. General Schneider's visit was a significant step in fortifying the military relationship between the two nations, particularly in enhancing their operations in the West Philippine Sea region. It is expected that General Schneider's visit will pave the way for more opportunities to strengthen military and diplomatic relations between the Philippines and the United States, as well as improve mutual defense agreements. The ceremony and subsequent activities serve as a testament to the ongoing commitment of both countries to reinforce their alliance in the face of existing regional threats and challenges. And that's the latest update. This is Private Pelayo reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Junes from Palawan.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, the Department of Health welcomed the approval on second reading of House Bill 11357 on an act strengthening the Philippine healthcare system. This aims to achieve efficiency and equity and to improve public health emergency preparedness. Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. knew that the heart of the universal healthcare law is its operations. Herbosa said PBBM's broad national perspective is rooted in local government implementation. He also added that is what inspires the DOH as they actively support both the House of Representatives and the Senate in improving the UHC Act.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said the government was considering holding monthly job fairs across the country to further bring down the unemployment rate. Marcos said the initiative is not just in Metro Manila, but in the provinces as well so that others will no longer have to go to Manila. The president said the unemployment rate in the country has significantly dropped. However, he emphasized that the labor market has changed, noting that companies' requirements have evolved, highlighting the need for workers to reskill and upskill.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Meljoy of 1st CRG about 71st IB 5-day Battalion Staff X successfully concludes.
Yes, Rofh, the 71st Infantry Kaibigan Battalion has taken another significant stride in reinforcing its operational readiness as it successfully concluded a 5-day battalion staff exercise held at Headquarters 702nd Infantry Defender Brigade, Camp Lieutenant Tito Abat, Manawag, Pangasinan. This important exercise is the second part of the battalion-initiated Key Leaders Training Program, took place as a critical component of the unit sustainment training aimed at ensuring the preparedness of the battalion staff officers and NCOs and mission planning. Its specific objectives include having a deeper understanding of the process, developing visualization or criminality of the operational picture, and enhancing the ability to pay attention to detail. Throughout the period, the battalion staff was engaged in a series of rigorous planning and coordination using the military decision-making process. This staff X allowed participants to simulate various operational scenarios, enhancing their decision-making capabilities and fostering a deeper understanding of each other's operational objectives and approaches. Significantly, personnel from the U.S. Army's 5th Security Force Assistance Brigade served as subject matter experts and provided advice, guidance, and critique to the 71st Infantry Battalion staff as they crafted their respective support plans and staff estimates. The successful completion of the battalion staff X marks a significant milestone not only in enhancing the knowledge, skills, and attributes of the staff in planning for a complex mission, but also highlights the ongoing collaboration between the 71st Infantry Battalion and the U.S. Army 5th Security Force Assistance Brigade to improve interoperability and mutual support and lays a foundation for enduring partnership, which are essential in today's complex security environment. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy from 1st CRG.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let's hear our report on the ground about Philippines, New Zealand begin talks on visiting forces agreement. Going for the details, Shai.
Yes, good afternoon.
the Philippines and New Zealand officially launched negotiations for a status of visiting forces agreement in Manila. Department of National Defense Under Secretary Pablo M. Lorenzo and New Zealand Director Kathleen Peirce led their respective delegations in the first round of discussions. The agreement, aligned with the 2017 Defense Cooperation Pact, will enhance military collaboration, allowing both nations' forces to conduct joint exercises and operations. This milestone strengthens bilateral defense ties ahead of the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations in 2026. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shai.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Department of Labor and Employment assured that it was ready to provide assistance to Filipino deportees from the United States. Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma said the government would offer support to Filipinos facing deportation due to their immigration status. This comes amid growing concerns over stricter U.S. immigration policies under the administration of President Donald Trump. Trump vowed a crackdown on illegal immigration during the election campaign and began his second term with executive actions aimed at overhauling entry to the U.S.
DWDD National News.
Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla warned the public to be wary of people impersonating him on social media to carry out fraudulent activities. Remulla reiterated the importance of verifying the authenticity of messages received via online platforms. He emphasized that vigilance is crucial in stopping these malicious schemes and protecting others from falling prey to these unscrupulous individuals. The DILG chief said authorities were tracking down the perpetrators of such scams.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Gina about AFP chief visits Masbate troops, urges readiness for elections.
Rofh, Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr. visited the 2nd and 96th Infantry Battalions in Uson, Masbate to assess security ahead of the national and local elections. He reviewed internal security operations and commended troops for their success in weakening enemy forces in 2024. General Browner also awarded medals to outstanding soldiers for their roles in neutralizing a communist rebel and recovering firearms. He urged troops to stay focused, neutralize remaining threats, and ensure peace during the elections while upholding the AFP's defense strategy. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Kath about Philippine Air Force Chief welcomes PACAF Commander, strengthens defense ties.
Philippine Air Force Commanding General Lieutenant General Arthur M. Condura warmly welcomed Pacific Air Force or PACAF Commander General Kevin B. Snyder during his visit to PAF headquarters in Pasay City. Both leaders discussed enhancing interoperability, joint training, and ongoing projects under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. They also addressed information sharing, airman-to-airman engagement, and maritime cooperation. General Snyder's delegation will visit PAF air bases and EDCA sites in Pampanga, Palawan, Cebu, and Cagayan de Oro. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Kath.
DWDD National News.
3 fires were reported in Manila on Wednesday amid the celebration of Chinese New Year. 2 of them were reported in Binondo, where 2 household helpers perished. The Bureau of Fire Protection said that 2 fatalities died in a fire that hit a condominium unit of a residential building in Ongpin Street, Binondo, Manila. Initial investigations showed that they died from suffocation after being trapped in the burning units. 6 other occupants of the condominium unit escaped the blaze. Based on the BFP's report, the fire started at 3:41 a.m. and was declared fire out at 4:51 a.m.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Committee News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.